Hello student, myself Deepika Prajapati from Computer Department and welcome to all of you dear all student in our today's video lecture series. So dear all student, let's start the chapter number 2. We have already seen about regarding chapter number 2 various types of topic in a previous video lecture. But now in this video lecture we are going to discuss about from the network protocols and services as a DNS component. So dear all student, in a previous video lecture we have studied about DHCP origins, objectives, DHCP configuration, its architecture and its type. We have already seen in this we have already seen in a previous video lecture, but now in this lecture we are going to discuss about domain name system object. So what is DNS, domain name system? So here the DNS objective is understand the concept of domain namespace. So first of all we have to study about DNS component as we have to understand the concept regarding domain namespace, as well as we can also say as a domain name system. Then distribution of various types of namespaces, then use of DNS in internet, then define root server and its zone, and last one of the DNS system as DNS name registration. So here this is our DNS objective. As we can say also DNS stands for a domain name space, as well as we can also say about DNS as a domain name system. So here DNS objective is first of all understand the concept of DNS. It means domain namespace, then distribution of namespaces, use of DNS in internet, define root server and zone, and DNS name registration. So let's start first. DNS it means understand the concept about domain namespace. So first of all here people prefer to use easy to remember name instead of IP address. It's known as a domain namespace. For example, IP address defined in a numerical digit. We know computer network classify in a various types of class like class A, class B, class C, class D and class E. So these types of class contain as a various types of IP addresses. So class A, class B, class C, class D and class E contain a various types of IP address in a numerical digit like 192.168.1.0. Something like another example regarding IP address as a 191.167.0.0, so and so. So this is a numerical digit of IP address, and this type of IP address remember in our mind is very tough. So people prefer to use easy to remember name instead of IP addresses. So we can say as these types of IP addresses easily remember in our mind, so we can use DNS as well as domain namespace. So here the domain name are alphanumeric name for IP addresses. So here use as a domain name are alphanumeric. It means here the example of the IP addresses as a domain name are www.yahoo.com. Second one example www.google.com. So here the www.yahoo.com and www.google.com is our nothing but DNS. It means domain name. But here this one is in alphanumeric. હવે હું તમને આનું ગુજરાતીમાં કન્સેપ્ટ સમજાવું કે આપણે ક્લાસીસ A, B, C, D, E આવા વેરિયસ ટાઈપ્સ ઓફ ક્લાસની અંદર IP એડ્રેસ ડિરાઈવ થયેલો આપણને જોવા મળતો હોય છે. તો એમાં જે આપણે 192.168.0.0 something like another example regarding IP address from the class A 191.168.0.1, so and so. તો આની અંદર જે ન્યુમેરિકલ ડિજિટ છે એને આપણે યાદ રાખવામાં થોડી મુશ્કેલ પડે. તો એના જગ્યાએ આપણે આલ્ફાનો મિનિંગ શું થાય છે? કેરેક્ટર. ઇટ મીન્સ આલ્ફાબેટિકનો યુઝ કરવામાં આવે છે, ABCD એવી રીતના. તો એ રીતે અહીંયા જો આપણે જોઈએ છીએ તો અહીંયા www.yahoo.com જે અહીંયા યુઝ થયું છે એમાં શેનો યુઝ થયો છે? આલ્ફાન્યુમેરિકનો. તો આઈપી એડ્રેસ માટે પણ આપણે આ રીતે ડોમેન નેમનો યુઝ કરી શકીએ છીએ. સો આને આપણે શું કહીશું? ડોમેન નેમ સિસ્ટમ. So the domain name system is an internet-wide distributed database that translates between domain names and IP addresses. Once again, keep in your mind, this is a very most IMP concept for the DNS is the domain name system is an internet-wide distributed database that translates between domain names and IP addresses. Next, here the domain name hierarchy. So this one is our hierarchy. It means nothing but given a one type of tree of our domain name system. So here the first of all tree consider as our head node as well as this is our root node. So here unnamed root, then .com, .edu, .government, .au, .us. So this type of dot and then use the domain name. It stands for our domain name system. So here .com, .edu, edu is nothing but education, .gov government. Here the country derived, and this one is our subdomain of our superdomain. So this is our root domain, and here this is our subdomain. So this one is also we can say about domain name tree. Next, unique domain suffix is assigned by Internet Authority. So the domain administrator has complete control over the domain and no limit on number of subdomains or number of levels. For example, here computer.site.division.company.com and then space computer.site.subdivision.division.company.com. So here computer.site.division.company.com and then here subdivision is nothing but the subdomain of our superdomain. So અહીંયા તમે જોઈ શકો છો કે computer.site.division.company.com એની અંદર આપણે એક નવું ડોમેન લીધું છે સબડિવિઝન. તો એ આપણું શું થઈ ગયું? સબડોમેન. સો નો લિમિટ ઓન નંબર ઓફ સબડોમેન્સ ઓર નંબર ઓફ લેવલ્સ. And domains within an organization do not have to be uniform in number of subdomains or levels. DNS name is like a postal address in which top level domain is state, second level domain is a city, and the host name is street address. So here one is our some example easy to understand. So DNS name is like a postal address in which top level domain is a state and second level domain is our city name and the host name is like our street address. So this concept is easily understand for our mind. So here one is the top level domain. TLD stands for top level domain. So in any DNS system, it means any DNS name, the rightmost word represents domain at the highest level in DNS tree, and then it's known as otherwise it's called top level domain. Second, top level domain function as registers for the domains at second level. So for here example, mycorp.com uses top level domain com. Here .com is our domain and registered the name is mycorp. Here the content about the 7 top level dedicated domain as .com, it means commercial organization, edu, it means educational institutions, .government, gov, it means government institution, and then .int, international organization, .mil, it means US military instruction otherwise institution, .net, it means networking organization. Here the .NET is our domain, not our subject name .NET programming, but here the .NET is networking organization. Here one is a domain, not a subject. Okay. .org, it means non-profit organization. So this is our 7 top level dedicated domains. Once again, com, it means .com means commercial organization. .edu, it means educational institutions. .gov, it means government institution. .int, it means international organization. Then .mil, it means use military institutions. .net, it means networking organizations. And then .org, it means non-profit organization. Okay. Next, here one is a country code domain. So this is a very most IMP concept for the GTU exam, and this concept is again and again asked in GTU exam, having either 3 marks or 4 marks. So country code domain as here. There are 191 country code domain named for specific country in their own languages. For example, here for India, it means here IN. So IN code is our Indian code for our country. So 80 out of 191 allows free registration of top level domain, and remaining 111 countries and organizations must conform to some tax for guideline in order to register second level domain. Keep in your mind, dear all student, 80 country given a free registration of top level domain, and remaining 111 country organization must conform to some tax or guideline in order to register second level domain. Each of this country code domain is managed by organization in that country and which has its own domain name registration policy. Once again, country code domain is nothing but given a one type of domain specific country in their own languages. So there are 191 country code domains named for the specific countries in their own languages, and here for example our India country, it's our separate domain as IN. So India country domain IN, and 80 country allow free registration of top level domain, and remaining 111 country must be registered in order for the guideline to second level domain, and each of this country code domain is managed by organization in that country and which has its own domain name registration policies. Next, second level domain, SLD. So second level domain, it means nothing but it is directly below top level domain. So first of all given as a domain, so first top side domain, it's known as a top level, and second level is directly below a top level domain. So example, here in example.com, so example is nothing but our second level domain of the .com, TLD, it means top level domain from the example.com. So here the example is our second level domain, and .com is our domain extension. It refers to the organization that registered the domain name with a domain name registrar. Some domain name registrars introduce a second level hierarchy to TLD that indicate the type of entity intended to register as SLD under it. So some domain names registers introduce a second level hierarchy to top level domain that indicates the type of entity intended to register an second level domain under it. So this concept is a very most IMP concept for second level domain. And dear all student, in our GTU exam, the domain name system concept derived top level and second level is a very most IMP concept for our university exam, and many times this type of question asked in GTU exam having 3 marks, either 4 marks. So this concept learn be very concept easily. So dear all student, I hope this type of concept you all easily understand. If anyone have a doubt, then please comment on Google Classroom. So next concept, હવે આપણે આગળના concept પર જઈએ, subdomain. So large organizations need subdomain to subdivide their networks according to geographical or organizational boundary. So here the second concept of subdomain is subdomains are used to maintain large domain. The DNS server of top level contains addresses of second level domains. Same way, second level domain contains address of third level domains. To make this possible, DNS server breakups domain namespace in different types of zones. So domain with only 2 level consists of single zone. So here the 3-level domain can be divided into multiple zones, and a zones can be continuous branch of a DNS tree that can include domains on multiple level. So this concept is regarding our subdomain concept. It is used for many large types of organization need subdomains to subdivide their networks according to their networks. Then this type of network is used. So the DNS server of the top level contains address of second level domains, and same way second level domain contains address of third level domain. Then this types of hierarchy create, it's known as a subdomain. Here one is our nothing but the URL contained using our domain name system. So HTTP is our protocol. Here the blog is our subdomain. Brand.com is our domain. Practice area is our subdirectory, and publish blogspot is our page content. Okay. Next, DNS functions. It means domain name system resources recording is our first DNS function. So DNS resource record define data types in the DNS, and resource records are stored in a binary format internally for use by DNS software. So resource records are sent across a network in text format while they perform zone transfer. So whenever a resolver gives the domain name to DNS, it gets the resource record associated with it. So here one is a 5 field, each of this resource record of DNS. So first of all given as a domain name, class, type, time to live, and here one is a value. So this is our first function of DNS. Second, DNS name resolution. So user program issues a request for the IP addresses of a host name. So a local resolver formulates a DNS query to the name server of host, and then name server checks if it is authorized to answer the query. If yes, then it's respond. Otherwise, it will query other name server starting at root tree. And when the name server has the answer, it sends it to the resolver. So what is resolver working? So an application program on a host access the domain name system through a DNS client that's called as the resolver, and resolver contacts DNS server called name server, and DNS server returns IP addresses to resolver, which passes the IP addresses to application. DNS request. So there are two types of queries, recursive queries and iteratives. It means non-recursive queries. So the types of query is determined by a bit in DNS query. So first of all, recursive query. So when the name server of host cannot resolve a query, the server issue a query to resolve the query. And iterative query, it means non-recursive queries. When the name server of host can't resolve a query, it sends the referral to another server to the resolver. Root name server, it means know how to find the root name server from the DNS. So the root name server, authoritative name server for all top level zone, and there are only 13 root name servers, and root servers are critical for the proper functioning of the name resolution. Here one is a name registration concept. So if you have a website and to register our own domain name, then this is done through register. And a register first verify that the requested domain name is unique and enter into DNS database, and then to register the organization need to give the name of its server and give the IP address of server to the register. Okay, so dear all student, I hope you all easily understand about DNS all types of concept, and if anyone have a doubt from this video lecture series, then please comment on Google Classroom. Okay, thank you. Hello students, myself Deepika Prajapati from Computer Department, and today we are going to discuss about network printing concept. So welcome to all of you dear all student in our today's video lecture series. And dear all student, we have already seen about various types of topic regarding network protocols and services. So in a previous video lecture we have already seen about a domain name system as well as a domain name space, and now in this lecture we are going to discuss about network printing concept. So let's start our new concept for the chapter number 2, network protocols and services. So first, network printing concept. So how to add our printer to a device? So we have to learn first of all the network printing concept for the add printer. So first, network printing concept as the local printer, shared printer and network printer. So there are mainly 3 types of printer for add printer for the printing concept. So first of all as a local printer, second as a shared printer, and third one as a network printer. So these all 3 types of printer are the 3 basic printing configuration. So a software is required to control the printing process, and the printer determines where and when the output should be sent. So here the following steps about add printer to our devices. So here let's start setting up a local print device. So how to install local print device? Use an add print wizard. So first of all you have to search in a command you have to search in our command prompt, as well as we can also say as a searching in a setting. So here printers and other hardware. So તમારે first of all સર્ચમાં જઈને સેટિંગ્સ પર ક્લિક કરવાનું છે, અને જ્યારે પણ તમે સેટિંગ્સ પર ક્લિક કરશો, અધરવાઇઝ સેટિંગમાં ન જવું હોય તો you have to also select control panel. તો તમે control panel ને પણ select કરી શકો છો. So first of all you have to select as a control panel, and whenever you click on a control panel, then in a desktop you have to see this type of pop-up box. તો તમે તમારા ડેસ્કટોપની સ્ક્રીન પર આ પ્રકારનું પોપઅપ બોક્સ શો થઈ શકશે. એમાં તમે જોશો તો પ્રિન્ટર એન્ડ અધર હાર્ડવેર ઓપ્શન આપેલો હશે. સો પ્રિન્ટર એન્ડ હાર્ડવેર પર તમારે ક્લિક કરવાનું છે. દેન એના પછી એડ પ્રિન્ટર પર ક્લિક કરવાનું છે. સો ફર્સ્ટ ઓફ ઓલ once again step number 1 for the setting up a local print device is that open the control panel and then select printer and other hardware, and then select add a printer. Next, whenever you select on add printer button, then you have to see these type of pop-up box on your Windows screen. So તમે તમારી Windows screen પર આ પ્રકારનું એક pop-up box show થશે જ્યારે પણ તમે add printer પર click કરશો. So here see this types of add printer wizard. So તમારે અહીંયા click કરવાનું રહેશે local printer attached to this computer. આ ક્યારે છે? જ્યારે તમારે લોકલ પ્રિન્ટરને જ્યારે સેટિંગની અંદર ઇન્સ્ટોલ કરવાનું છે ત્યારે. સો હિયર લોકલ પ્રિન્ટર અટેચ ટુ ધીસ કોમ્પ્યુટર, So click on this type of checkup box, automatically detect and install my plug and play printer. Then you have to click next button. So when prompted, select local printer and then press next button. Okay. Next, add printer wizard. So whenever you click on a next button, then second steps here select a printer port. So you have to select printer port, and here my port is LPT1 recommended printer port. So click on this type of port. Use the following port, LPT1 recommended printer port. So after selecting this type of port, press next button. So જ્યારે પણ તમે આ રીતનો પોર્ટ સિલેક્ટ કરી દો છો પછી નેક્સ્ટ બટન પર ક્લિક કરો. નેક્સ્ટ, નાઉ સિલેક્ટ પ્રિન્ટર મેન્યુફેક્ચર ઇન અ લેફ્ટ પેન. તો હવે તમારે લેફ્ટ પેનમાંથી મેન્યુફેક્ચર સિલેક્ટ કરવાનું છે. એન્ડ ધેન ઓલ પ્રિન્ટર્સ અવેલેબલ ઓફ ધેટ મેન્યુફેક્ચર વિલ ડિસ્પ્લે ઇન રાઇટ પેન. અને એના પછી તમને અહીંયા રાઇટ સાઈડના પેનમાં તમને મેન્યુફેક્ચર ડિસ્પ્લે થશે દરેક પ્રિન્ટરના. So select a printer manufacturer in a left pan and all printers available of that manufacturer will display in a right pan. Select appropriate printer and press next. પછી તમારે કોઈ એક પ્રિન્ટરને સિલેક્ટ કરવાનું છે અને નેક્સ્ટ બટન પર ક્લિક કરવાનું રહેશે. સો સિલેક્ટ appropriate printer and press next. Next, add printer wizard. So give a share name if you want to share this printer, otherwise select do not share this printer and press next button. If you want to share this printer, then you have to click share printer. If do not share this printer, then you have to click do not share this printer and then press next button. So here our printer name. Then do you want to use this printer as a default printer? If you have to use this type of printer as a default, then you have to select yes. If you are not ready for this printer as a default printer, then you have to select no. So and then select as a next button. Then add printer wizard. So here one is a print test page. Do you want to print a test page? If you want to test a page after the connecting printer, then you have to click on this button yes. If you are not ready for test page, then you have to click no button. So here if you want to test a print page, then select yes, otherwise select no and then press next button. Okay. So here whenever your printer is connected to your devices, then here show this type of screen and printer and faxes are available in this type of screen. So તમને આ રીતે સ્ક્રીનમાં તમારું પ્રિન્ટર જો એડ થઈ ગયું હશે તો અહીંયા તમને જે રીતે દેખાય છે એ રીતે તમે જોઈ શકશો. So here now you can see devices and printers window. So now you can see devices and printers window on this type of screen. Next, now to share a print device. So હવે તમારે પ્રિન્ટ ડિવાઇસને શેર કરવું છે તો તમારે આ પ્રકારના સ્ટેપ્સને ફોલો કરવા પડશે. So click the start menu, then select devices and printer. You can also select devices and printer from your control panel. Once again, you can also select devices and printer from your control panel. So first of all, click the start menu, then select devices and printers. Then right click the printers you want to share and then click printer properties. Then click the sharing tab and check the box next to share this printer. Now let's start these types of all steps for the share print device with our performance. So this is our network print devices. So here one is our desktop PC and here one is our configuration all PC and here one is our server with printer. So next, to use SAT printer, follow the steps. So click the start menu, then select devices and printer and then select add printer. So whenever you have to select devices and printer, then you have to click compulsory add printer button. Next, here select add printer using TCP IP address or a host name. So here find printer by name or TCP IP address, then you have to click on this radio button, add a printer using TCP IP address or host name, and then press on next button. Type of printer, host name or IP addresses. So here device type is auto detected, then host name or IP address is here, and here one is our port name. So this is a by default, this is a specified IP address for the printer host, and whenever you select your device type and query the printer, and automatically select the driver to use. Okay, and then click on the next button. Next, here one the process is start searching printer in network. If you have to given this type of host name or IP address in your network, then search this type of printer given here based on your IP address. So here one is our device type, the given name, IP address of the device, the host name or IP address, and given the port name. And now contacting printer using network. So here the searching printer in network. Then next, yes, now detecting this TCP IP port. So detecting the TCP IP port, and Windows will automatically move to the next page when the detection is done. And next, based on the IP address you provided, it will search printer. Okay, next, here one is the additional port information required. So the device is not found on the network. Be sure that the device is turned on, the network is connected, the device is properly configured, and the address on previous page is correct. If you think the address is not correct, then click back to return to the previous page and then correct the address and perform other search on network. If you are sure the address is correct, then select the device type this below. So here I choose this type of standard device type as a generic network card. So choose the device type and then click on next button. Then next, select a driver for the printer appropriate to the printer side in network. So here one is a manufacturer in our left pane, and the given all devices of printer as a manufacturer as in a right pane. So install the printer device, you have to select driver for a printer appropriate to the printer side in a network, and then click on next button. Here give the name of printer name. So here I have to give this type of printer name as HP 910. So this printer will be installed with HP 910 driver, and then click on next button. Okay, here now my printer is successfully added to my device. So you have to successfully added HP 910, and I want to set as a default printer HP 910. Then we have to click this type of check box. So here set as the default printer. To check if your printer is working properly or to see troubleshooting information for the printer test page. If you want to test a print page, then you have to click this type of button, print a test page. If you are not ready for the printing test page, then you have to click cancel button. Okay, but here to check if your printer is working properly or not, then see troubleshooting information for a printer, the print test page. Okay, so select print a test page and then finish. Here, dear all students, these all questions are a very most MP question for G2 exam of our chapter number 2, network protocols and services. So dear all student, this all question is a very most MP question for our university exam having a 3 marks, 4 marks, 2 marks. So first of all, explain address resolution protocol. I have already seen, and you all have already seen in our previous video lecture series about address resolution protocol. Next, reverse address resolution protocol. It means RARP protocol. Here one is address resolution protocol. It means ARP protocol, and RARP, it means RARP protocol. Then explain BOOTP protocol, bootstrap protocol. Then next, DHCP architecture. This is a very most IMP. DHCP stands for a dynamic host configuration protocol. Then next, DHCP packet format. Then next, explain domain name system objective is a very most IMP concept. And dear student, domain name system objective concept we have already seen in our previous video lecture series. Now explain function of DNS server. Then list and explain top level domain. Then explain country level domain. Then explain name resolver. Then next, explain types of IP address assignment. Then next, write steps to install network printer. Next, here the most IMP question for also GTU exam. Here the list any 4 domain name. Then next, explain domain name system objectives. Next, explain domain name resolving. Next, explain steps to set up printer network. Then next, write the advantages and disadvantages of DHCP. Then next, explain various IP addresses scheme in DHCP. Next, explain DNS registration process. Then explain DNS with their hierarchy. Then explain DHCP relay agent. And then next, explain IP address assignment. So this all question is very most IMP question of the chapter number 2, network protocol and services. So here your chapter number 2 is finished, and I hope dear all student you all easily understand about these all topics from the chapter number 2, network protocols and services. If anyone have a doubt, then please comment on Google Classroom. Okay, thank you.